In this video, we're going to be working on this Ram 1500 with the 8-speed transmission, and we are going to be installing this B&M transmission pan. It fits our 8HP70s, and they came out with the 8HP70 around 2014 on these trucks. I think even some 2013 trucks actually started coming with the 8HP70, but in and around that year, the 8HP from ZF was introduced to the Ram 1500 line. So this is going to give us a few things. So you're going to see these added ribs for cooling. So you're going to have that. It also is a higher capacity pan. So with more fluid, if you're towing and putting high demands on your truck, this is going to help. The other thing too is the factory pan is plastic. This one is aluminum. So as far as being able to dissipate heat, this one can actually work as a heat sink as well. So I have everything laid out here. It's going to come with instructions, your hardware, your new filter. So the other thing is this comes with a replaceable filter, whereas the stock original pan, you have to replace the entire pan if you want to change the filter. This one obviously has replaceable filters. We've got our gasket here. And also, I'm going to link the procedure for filling and checking the oil on these things separately. I have a separate video because it is a very specific procedure. And also, you want to make sure you're using the proper fluid. So you can either use this fluid purchased directly from ZF themselves, so ZF Lifeguard Fluid 8, or you can get the Mopar one, but it's the same fluid, it's just repackaged. So you can see here Mopar 8 and 9 speed. I will link down below where you can get this. Our boys over at Whatever It Takes Transmission Parts, they can get you the fluid at a really affordable price, and you'll also be able to get a discount if you mention Boosted. So go ahead over there if you need fluid for this swap, and we'll get straight into it. So before we can actually get to installing the pan on the vehicle, there's a tiny bit of assembly that we need to do. So the pan itself has a massive magnet which is going to install right here on the bottom of the pan. They make it so it's removable so that when you're servicing the transmission later and changing your fluid, you can take out the magnet, clean it off, and then reinstall it. So that we have to install there. Also, it does come with a 1/8 NPT side port. So you're going to see right here, if you want to install an aftermarket temperature sensor or anything like that in your transmission, it comes with this optional port. So we're not going to be doing anything like that. So we will install the plug. It already has sealant on it, so we literally just need to screw this in, tighten it down, and then that will be that. And then also we're going to need to prep and install our actual filter with this extension neck. So it's going to have an O-ring here. You're also going to see another O-ring here in the package, and it's going to go on here. That's going to go on there, and then this will install into our transmission. So I'll show you guys all that. And we will also get this truck up in the air. So this has a Hellcat swap, but if yours just has the 5.7, we still have the 8HP70 in this, but we need all the help we can get for the lifespan of this transmission with all this added power. So let's get this up in the air, get the fluid drained, and get to changing it. All right, so our magnet's installed. We've got our Allen head there. We installed our drain plug, and the drain plug, as you can see here, is also magnetic. So you got the two magnets going on, and then our side port. So we're pretty much ready here. So we've got the truck up in the air. We have a custom exhaust setup on this. On the 5.7s, for whatever reason, the way they designed it, the crossover pipe comes right in front of the drain plug. So not my design, unfortunately, but after reconfiguring the exhaust, we made it so that you can easily service the transmission. So there is a drain plug right here. So we're gonna loosen our drain plug, drain it. If you still have the factory crossover pipe, which I'm assuming you will, just put like a funnel or a piece of cardboard or something to try to channel the fluid off your Y pipe. That way you can drain it into a bucket or catch pan, whatever you're doing, and we'll go ahead and we'll drain the fluid. So also good practice is you might want to, before you start anything, remove your fill plug, because this is where you're going to be filling and checking your fluid level, and you want to make sure that you can get this off before you get anything done. All right, so we've made sure that we can loosen and remove our fill plug, and I just cracked this one loose. So we're going to go ahead, drain the fluid. So there we go. We're gonna drain all of our old fluid, and we'll wait for this to finish. Okay, so our fluid stopped draining, so we moved the drain pan out of the way, and now we're gonna take the pan off. So this is a series of T40s all the way around the perimeter. So we'll get those off and drop this pan down. All right, with all the bolts removed, we're gonna slowly remove it. We've got to dislodge our filter from the valve body, and we'll drop this down. So we removed the stock pan. I just want to point out a few things. So here you can see the stock pan has this square filter here, but you cannot remove it. So you have to change the entire pan every time you want to do a service. This one, you can see here, removable filter. And that's the way this is going to sit. Only difference is when you install one of these stock pans, since the filter is attached to the pan, it all comes out as one unit. But what we're going to do on this one is, since it's a separate unit, is we're going to put the filter in first, install this with our O-ring into the actual valve body, and then our pan will go in afterwards. So let's get this filter in place. All right, so here's our filter. We got the billet extension on here. We're going to take this and we are going to insert this into our transmission like so. So that's there, and now our pan can slide on over top. So grab the gasket, we'll throw it on, and then we'll take the pan and we're gonna put it up, and we're gonna use our supplied hardware right here. We've got our washers and our Allen head bolts. Let's get it on. Okay, so our filter is in place, and now if you had the Y-pipe, you're gonna slip it in this way. So again, you're gonna slip it in here, and then you'll be able to tuck it under the Y-pipe, put it up like so, and then we'll install our bolts. All right guys, well there she is all installed. This piece is a trick unit. So this is awesome. Now we can change the filter whenever we want. If we ever need to service this thing, we can remove the drain plug easily. With the stock crossover pipe normally mounted right here, the drain plug being relocated right here really makes things nicer. Not only that, but we're gonna have added benefit. You can see all these cooling fins right here, so it's gonna run cooler for our towing and heavy duty applications. So overall, super happy. And then of course, like I mentioned earlier, we've got this added port here, so we can install a sensor or anything like that. If we ever want to add anything in the future, we do now have that option. So super happy with the results. So up above, I'm gonna link the actual fill procedure for this, the video, because that's a whole procedure in itself, very specific to these transmissions. So definitely go and check out that video if you're curious on how to fill it and wrap up the install. All right guys, so that is gonna be it for the B&M transmission pan for these 8HP 70s for the Ram 1500 pickup trucks. So super happy with the install, super happy with that product. I'll keep you guys updated on it as well. If you guys are interested in this, I will put the link down in the description below, also where you can get the fluid and everything needed to get this done. I'll also link down in the description the procedure to fill these transmissions so that you can fill it correctly. If you guys found this helpful or informative, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos. We have a lot on this channel. We'll see you guys on the next one.